So here we are. We're going to review the PUBG patch notes for today. Like we said, there's no server downtime, but they released the notes, I'm assuming, for the upcoming patch next week. Mad Mardigan, thanks for the Prime for 14 months. So, update 35.1. Usually I don't read these, but I've been told it's juicy. All right, hello survivors. We had the privilege hosting the 8th anniversary. Yes. Which, by the way, we really like that because there's been a ton of Erangel and it's been awesome, right? So it's like we always talk about the map rotations and it's like Rondo, Vikendi, all that stuff, right? Frustrating. When really we just want Erangel, Miramar, at least here in our region, most people, right? So let's see, maintenance schedule, April 8th. Yep, so it's a week from today. That's when the servers are gonna go down. All right, so the map service. Let's see, live server, normal match, all regions. Week 1, Erangel, Miramar, and then rotated map is Rondo. Wait, they're fixing the maps? Hold on a second here. Erangel, Miramar, and Rondo. It says the third map will have a 20% probability. So 40% Erangel, 40% Miramar, and then a little bit of Rondo, Tego, Descent, Ew, Vikendi. Wish they would just get rid of that, but holy crap. This is insane. What does that mean? That they're just getting rid of the little maps? Literally progress in the Western region. Okay. Gameplay. The blue zone. Normal matches will have the same blue zone settings as ranked esports. Okay, we've been talking about this for a long time. There needs to be continuity between the regular game mode, the ranked mode, and esports mode. There needs to be continuity. And they did talk about this in the roadmap. I didn't know that they were going to just start doing it right away. That's insane. Wow. Okay, cool. So basically all this is the blue zone does more damage early on and in the end. So like people can't stay tanking the blue zone, you know, phase 5, phase 6, you won't get killed from the blue. Okay. Circle settings have been adjusted to provide more variety in starting circle locations, which also is really good. This is what made the original Vikendi boring, because basically the circle would always be sort of centralized and people wouldn't have to rotate. Dynamic circles forces people to have to rotate and be more proactive. Bots have been removed from normal matches. Yo! Let's go! That's insane. And I'll just tell you what, personally, I wouldn't mind waiting. Players will no longer be playing bot matches and instead enter normal matchmaking, which I also hear is a problem, where people like log in for the first time in a long time and they're like in a just pure bot lobby. So then people get frustrated and then they quit when they first come back. Matches without full lobbies will start with a reduced initial circle size based on player count. Okay. That's cool, because that's like how what's that game? That's how Super People did it. Where if you had less people, you just didn't have to worry about bots. The circle would just be smaller to start. Dude, that's insane. Bots take away from the gameplay, okay? Bots ruin your position. They don't act like normal people. Whether they stumble across you and make you shoot them, all that stuff, They just ruin your positioning, and it's unnatural, and it takes away from the gameplay of PUBG. The revive system, recall system. We're further revamping the recall system based on your feedback. They did say they were going to listen to our feedback. The timeline. Recall flights will now appear immediately after using the blue chip tower. So you use it and you come back right away. Dude, that's like when you play Apex and you hit someone with the revive, your teammates come back instantly, which is what you want, right? That's the whole point of it. Recall flight paths will fly directly over the tower or the transmitter. So that if you win a fight, you get called back in and you can immediately join your team and continue to play the game and have fun. That's amazing. I love this. Dude, this is probably the best patch notes I've ever seen. So far, we'll see. Casual mode. Removed the limit of 3 casual modes per day, and you can now play any number of them. Bro. See, I like this. If you want to have bots in lobbies, casual mode is the perfect place for it. New players can come in and continue to just work on their game, play against the bots. No big deal. Just keep doing it. And if that's what they like to do, some people like the PvE stuff. That's great. I've always thought that they should do this. 3 a day is like, I don't know. I personally would never play it, but I know there's a lot of people who like that stuff. Leaning and crouching. All right, so before, like, leaning and crouching, leaning is like, it's cool. It's a great feature that they added into PUBG. But this whole thing, come on, man. Repeatedly lean while shooting or repeatedly crouch. Yep, that's literally what we just demonstrated. Several adjustments have been made to prevent abusing these mechanics. Okay, good. Repeated leaning will put a cooldown on their ability to lean. Problem solved. Repeated crouching will put on a short cooldown on their ability to crouch, which I think is good. This means that they're in touch with the community, because now people are binding their crouch key to be able to like lean and crouch at the same time and do like a... Am I doing it right? Like, this is how they are. Woo! The bottom line is that techniques known as lean spamming or crouch spamming are not intended, which I do think when they were first put into the game, it wasn't supposed to be, right? Like, leaning is supposed to be like, hey, I want to peek this window, but I don't want to expose myself, right? Just go like this and lean out and check it and then come back, right? Yeah. Hiding, moving behind cover for crouching, moving quietly. Exactly. That's what those features are for. Right? Positive change. I think that's great. Vehicle changes. Okay. Several adjustments coming to vehicle spawns and availability. All world spawn vehicles, including water vehicles, will spawn on all maps. Excludes snow vehicles. Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. You don't want a snowmobile in Vikendi. I don't like, I guess that's cool, right? Like, why have cars on different maps and then you just, I don't know. I'm indifferent on that. All vehicles spawn with a full tank of gas. That's good. Maybe gliders will spawn with gas, because then that would be, you know, fun to be able to land on one. Default car spawns now have a low chance to spawn a glider instead. So gliders can actually spawn in different places. That's kind of cool. Dirt bikes now spawn in groups of 2 in duos and 4 in squads. Chad, who would have thought that if you're playing in a game mode where you have a bunch of people, that maybe when you encounter a vehicle, it should always be able to accommodate the amount of people playing in your team? I don't have anything against that either. Each map will have one rare world spawn armored UAZ. Just out there? I guess it's okay. Because you can, the armored UAZ, you can still shoot through the grates, right? So people can still get killed in those. I don't have an issue with the armored UAZ. And the tires can get shot out too. Mountain bike volume greatly reduced. Wait a second. So the mountain bike is not going to be louder than the BRDM? Hey, that's good, man. Wow. Volume of rolling vehicles with the engine cut slightly increased. That's also good. It's amazing that a mountain bike is louder than a rolling vehicle. It's crazy. All right, gunplay. Let's hope they talk about SMG limb damage multiplier. Get it out of here. Starting in 35.1, all normal ground loot guns will spawn on all maps. Okay. I don't have an issue with this. I mean, like, because right now there's inconsistencies between the maps, and some people that are coming back to play are like, well, what do you mean? The DP only spawns on this map and this map. The QBZ is only on this map and this map. People should be able to find the guns that they want, right? All boxes of 15 rounds of ammo have been replaced with boxes of 30. That's good too. I can't tell you how many times that, like, let's say you land and you're unfortunate enough to only land on a pistol and you only get 15 rounds. Right? Why doesn't it give you 30? A lot of the pistols load in 15 rounds, so you just load in one magazine. ARs and SMGs will always spawn with a minimum of 2 boxes of ammo. Well, that's good too, because that means you can shoot and then have the ability to reload. There's a lot of times when you find an AR or an SMG and you only have enough rounds to just reload one time, which is kind of silly. Players can switch between weapons while driving. Okay. See, this is good because when you go to get out of the car, it automatically uses the gun that you previously had selected. This doesn't mean that you can shoot from the driver's seat. You just can select the gun that when you go to get out of the car, that's the one that's going to pull out. Quality of life change that I think should have happened a long time ago. Panzerfaust is now unique to Karakin, no longer ground loot on other maps. The removal of the noob cannon, the 0 skill item. Get it out of here. The Winchester, damage increased from 66 to 72. Time required for lever action increased, so it does more damage. That's good. I mean, the Winchester's pretty much useless, right? It's like a meme gun. The VSS now spawns with iron sights and can be equipped with any optic. Chad, are we gonna start using the VSS possibly? The VSS, huh? I might pick it up. Flare gun. There's now no limited supply of airdrops or BRDMs. Okay, this is good. Why? Because there's only 3 on a map. There's only 3 flare guns on a map. So why not just be able to select what you want or be able to obtain what you want? It's like the first person to fire it in the first circle gets the crate, and then the second person gets screwed. Removing the Panzerfaust from most maps, although it's an exciting weapon, player feedback has been mostly negative. Surprise. Why? Because it's like the thing that we talk about, chat, where if it's insanely fun when you use it, but when it's used against you, you're insanely pissed. That's usually because the item shouldn't be in the game, right? You can apply that to anything. Whenever, think about it, whenever you're using something and it makes you insanely giddy when you're using it, but when it's used against you, it makes you very grumpy. Think about that. The Winchester's rarely used. Yeah, exactly, because it's bad. This damage increase will allow it to one-shot level 2 helmets, which it should, and then it would have more use. Exactly. Okay, good. For the flare gun, there were many instances where the flare didn't result in any sort of drop. Yeah, that's because people didn't understand how it works, or you got beat to it by like a second, and then you wouldn't get the crate because someone shot it off right before you. Which is good. I think that's a positive change. There's only 3 flares on a map. The VSS is an underutilized weapon. Yeah, because... Never mind. Allowing people to put a red dot on it would also be cool because you could use it for close range too. That would just open the door for a lot of different loadouts with the VSS. I'm down for that. Melee weapons. To make them unique. The machete. The base damage increased from 60 to 90. So basically, they're making it to where the pan can be more of like a defensive melee weapon because, you know, people will hit your pan when shooting you, but the machete will be able to just almost instantly kill someone. The sickle damage increased from 66 to 72. So same type of concept, right? The crowbar. Locked cabinets have been added to all maps. Okay. So that's cool because now you have a purpose for the crowbar, right? The crowbar will now be able to open those cabinets. I think that is a cool little implementation that they did on Vikendi, and I don't know why it's not on all maps. Now it will be. Let's go. Hold on a second. The sickle can get rid of foliage, especially useful for helping while prone. Okay. Okay, so the sickle's damage increases, but you can also reduce foliage. This goes in with the terrain alterations that they're making on all the maps. So then when you go prone, you won't be able to not see anything because of the bushes. That's pretty cool. In the world. Wait. Where's the limb damage multiplier? Maybe it's coming soon. I mean, this is blowing my mind right now. This patch. And this is all like, for the most part, positive, and in my opinion, and in the right direction. The world. Emergency pickups are now limited to 3 per map. Like flare guns. Okay. I like this. I think it's a cop-out that everyone can just rotate for free with e-pickups. So, seeing that they changed the spawn of cars, this shouldn't be an issue. I like that. Red zones have been temporarily removed from the game. Let's go! Ranked leaderboard rework. 35.1 is bringing back the original early access leaderboard system. You remember grinding the leaderboards? I mean, I don't, because I was just trying to learn the game. But like, there was a leaderboard, and based on your placement and your kills, you'd get points and go up the leaderboard, and everyone could go and check it out and see who the top players were. Super cool. The current ranked will be removed and major incentives rewards will be added for the leaderboards. We realize this is a major change, so we're releasing a dedicated dev letter next week. Okay, we'll just have to wait to see what the dev letter says. Battlegrounds Cup. What is the Battlegrounds Cup? A bi-weekly automated tournament held Tuesdays and Saturdays where all players can participate. Modes will alternate between FPP, solo, duo, and squads. You earn seed points during the qualifiers to advance to the group stage. This sounds like that Super People events that they were doing, where anyone could get in and play and have some sense to compete, and then it would drive people to want to play the game all day so they could get better and practice for the tournament. You can advance, prove your skills, incorporate creative tactics, engage in teamwork to win the tournament. The winner will gain prize money, G-Coin, or both. That's pretty cool. I want to know more about that. The Battlegrounds Cup's divided into qualifiers, group stage, finals. The last team in the finals will be selected as the winner. You can earn seed points by playing tournament matches during the group stages. Yes, this is basically like the Super People model. You can get in there at survival level 100 or beyond. So you have to play the game, level your account past a certain level to be able to get in. That's crazy. The Battlegrounds Cup starts in the evening for each region. So it's based on regional time. Makes sense. Bug fixes. Part of the canines abnormally displayed. Animation plays abnormally after equipping and immediately unequipping the Panzer. So that'll just be on Karakin. Fix an issue where the rectangle blue zone settings in custom match are not working as they did previously. Why? Because they're just a square. Okay. I don't know. A lot of these things. I don't really read through a lot of these. Haircuts, different clipping issues, this and that. Whatever. I mean, what do you guys think of this? This is insane. This has to be the greatest patch notes ever released for this game. This is like, this could be revolutionary for the game if it was real. April Fools! Oh my gosh. Courtesy of Choco Taco. I think Punkberry put these together. Epic. I mean, I'm looking and reading through these, and it's like, although some of them I'm like indifferent on, it would be the greatest patch ever released for PUBG. I think it would add tons of excitement back to the game. It would benefit new players coming back. The leaderboard rework and the cup idea is insane. It would incentivize people to want to play more during the day, to get ready and to play. Like it, everything about this, everything that's in here would be amazing. Yeah. It's crazy. We can only dream and we can only hope. I guess it's time to play some of the battlegrounds we love.